find a way to have both the money and the time to give my little daughter and my son, who's also autistic, we've subsequently found out that he's also autistic, but to give them and her what she deserved in life. And for me, and it's different for everyone, I get it, but for me, the answer was the network marketing space. See, I wanted a home-based business where I could be the dad that worked from home, so that if there was things I could do for my little girl and my little boy, I could. And so in 2011, I started on the journey of being an affiliate marketer and a network marketer. And I'm going to cut a long story very short. But after 9 months, I was able to, I started part-time, and after 9 months, I was able to quit my job. I was earning more from my part-time gig than I was making from my full-time job. And that was a very liberating place to be. And so I came home and I was full-time. It took me another 3 years, and we were able to retire my wife from her job. And I started earning a six-figure income in dollars from about 2016 onwards. Now, I don't say that to boast, and it's not an income claim. I just want to tell you how the business changed my life. But here's my point that I want to make today. My success in this industry changed when I realized that I needed to upskill myself and my knowledge and my belief in the profession. And as Bruce so well pointed out, I flew around the world, and I have been mentored by people who don't make less than $1 million a year in this profession. And I realized along that journey that it's systems that build big businesses. And that is what we've created within our team. That is why we have become the fastest growing team within the Karatbars business operation. And what we're going to teach you over the next hour is not only some systems things, but also Bruce is going to spend an entire hour on the exciting things, the exciting opportunity that the company is transitioning into now over the next couple of months. See, I don't want it to take you 5 years like it did me to really start to succeed in this business. We can really lower that time frame for you if you take the business seriously, if you embrace the training. And so if you're sitting on this call, if you're sitting on this webinar, you've just watched it and you're wondering, how can yes, I like what I see. You know, I'm assuming because you're still on here, you like what you see. So with that assumption, I'm assuming that you're saying to yourself, well, if you're thinking to yourself, how can I fast track my journey to success, my road to success? Then the best thing I can tell you is to stick around for the next hour. We are going to be, Bruce, particularly, we're going to give him the entire hour, and he's just going to roadmap an unbelievably exciting few months that we have for you, that if you take action on what he talks about, things can drastically change for you. And so I hope that you do that. And I hope that it doesn't take you 5 years like it took me to reach that level of success. I hope it takes you a much shorter time. And your life can change. My kids have a full-time mom, a full-time dad. My wife is their full-time mom. She's their teacher. She's their therapist. We're able to do whatever we need for those kids because of this business. And I really know that the parents on here would love to do the same for their children. So stick around. Bruce, I'm handing back to you. Really looking forward to the next hour with you, my friend. Guys, if I want to say something about Bruce, he's the best communicator that I have ever met. He has an inordinate ability to take complex things and make them simple and easy to follow. So we're in for a treat for the next hour. Bruce, back to you, and take it away, my friend.
Thanks so much, Andrew. And again, thanks for just giving us the heart, the vision, the roadmap that we all get to follow to get a huge asset, guys. You want to try and buy time from Andrew when you can. Guys, I'm not going to take the full hour. I promise to honor that we will be finished by 11. So I'm going to squeeze in as much value as possible in the next 42 minutes. Here's what I'm going to ask from you, though. I'm going to ask you to equip yourself in order to hear and understand what I'm going to say. In other words, you want to get ready to go on this journey. So there's 3 things that I want to equip you with. I want to equip you with the right vision. I want you to put on the really comfortable running shoes. And I want you to have the right gear on. So the right vision, very quickly, is I want us to understand the difference between seeing something that is important and seeing something that is a priority. Okay, that's the first lens or vision I want you to have in everything that I share right now. Because you will see that Karatbars and its partners have put a whole lot of product and ecosystem in place, and it can be overwhelming. What we're going to share with you today is how to prioritize all the important things. And here's the analogy I want to share with you. If you're going to an airport, your baggage is important. The temperature of the water in the bottle you drink is important. You getting from city A to city B is priority. In other words, the airline is going to make sure that most of the time, the passenger who climbs on this airplane ends up in this city, which is why you'll sometimes find your baggage doesn't always end up there, or the water isn't always cold, because the baggage and the water, whilst part of the process is important, it's not the priority. Okay, so that's the first thing. If you're understanding priority versus important, just type the word priority right now so I know you're on with me, because I want you to understand what I'm going to share is what we see as priority as a team and community and amongst everything that's important for the company. That's the first lens I want you to have. The second thing I want you to do is I want you to put on what we call jet shoes. Okay, they're the shoes that help you to go faster. Okay, now jet shoes means understanding that you can go into a race on your own. That's a me focus, or you can go into a race with a we focus. Okay, now if you look at cycling, you get your special shoes on that clip into the pedals, okay, and you hit the Tour de France. The guys that win are not people who cycle on their own. They're people who cycle as a team. They get into the slipstream of their team members, and the next guy takes over as the guy in front gets tired. And there's this whole strategy of guys slipstreaming, okay, so that at the end of the stage, the racer, the team member that they want winning overall has enough energy to get in front and win. That's a we strategy. Nobody in the last 40 years in the Tour de France has won on their own. You've got to have the right shoes on, okay, in order to be able to go at the right speed, but it's going to have to be in team. So I'm going to talk about a me strategy, and with the right shoes on, you're going to be fine. You're going to finish the Tour de France, guys. I'm going to show you the me strategy of what Karatbars has put in place. Then I'm going to show you the we strategy. Okay, we've all got the same shoes on. We can all finish the race, okay, but there's going to be some people who are finishing quicker than others. Okay, so put your jet shoes on. I'm going to show you me and we. Okay, the next thing I want you to do is I want you to have the right outfit on. I want you to be equipped in order to do this right. And here's where I want to share this idea of in money, in finances, in wealth, there is the mentality of save, grow, and cash flow. Okay, now I want you to pretend save are your pants, okay, grow is your shirt, cash flow is your helmet. Are you picturing? We're all kitted down. We've got the right lens on, okay, we've got our jet shoes on, we're putting on helmet, shirts, and pants. Pants are save, shirt is grow, helmet is cash flow. I want you to look at the banking system right now. The banking system encourages you to save. Okay, those are the pants. So you go put your money in the bank, and they promise you a slight interest. Okay, that's one mechanism. That's one way that you can, look after your finances. You can save. You can save into a bank. You can save into an RA. You can save into a pension fund. You can save into gold. That's when you put your money and it sits dormant for a period in the hope for growth. Now, it's important. Okay, it's important. You don't want to walk around. You don't want to enter a cycling race without pants on. Okay, it's important. Who here wants to walk around without their pants on? Yes or no? No interaction. Don't worry about it. Everyone's okay without pants on. That's good to know. Okay, no, absolutely. So saving is important. Growing is what the banks do. Growing is what the banks do with our money. Okay, they take the same money we put in, then they lend it out to somebody else, or they lend it out to a big corporate, or they put it into a project that can create bigger profits. That's the grow part of what happens with our money. And if we understand that there's a grow activity that's needed with our funds, that if we deploy them into certain places, it's better than save. Save is important, pants. Grow is part of our outfit. Okay, also important, we want to be able to save and grow, redeploy some of our money so we can see some growth, so we can flash it. We wear shirts with like logos on, we wear shirts with fun quotes on, we wear shirts because we're flashing a message about ourselves, about how we feel. We can do that with wealth as well. So I'm going to talk about how we can do what the banks do with our money and grow it. Okay, that's one thing I want you to have in mind. And then cash flow. Understand that banks are making money through cash flow all the time. When you make a payment, there's a transaction fee. The bank's made money. When someone pays you, there's a transaction fee. When you pay off your car, there's a transaction fee. When you go pay a school fee, that's a transaction fee. In fact, every time money flows, cash flow, there's a transaction fee on that. And the banks are making money there as well. We're going to teach you how to enter that cash flow. I think the biggest crime that the biggest crime that's been perpetrated is that we as the middle class, guys, I'm middle class, we as the middle class have been taught to put your pants on only. And the banks are getting to wear the shirts and the helmets, right? They're going out there and they're getting the growth and they're getting all the money on the cash flow. What I want to show you today is how to make sure that you're putting your pants on, saving, that you're growing your money by redeploying it, and that you're getting cash flow, you're getting transactions on cash flow. In other words, you're understanding the full extent of what money should be doing instead of just banking it. Are you guys okay with that? Are we mentally prepared for where we're going here? Okay? Important versus priority. Me and we, okay? Save, grow, cash flow. Okay, right. Then we're ready to go, guys. If you've got some of that stuff in your head, then we are ready to go. So let's quickly look at what's important with what Karatbars, their partners, their leadership dev teams. There's a whole ecosystem that's been put in play over the last little while. Let's try and whittle that right down to what the priority is right now. So I just want to double check that everybody can see the screen. Hold on a second. Let me make my screen bigger, then I can see what you can see. Okay, great stuff. So let's quickly simplify some things here. So we're part of a company, right? Here's the company here. Okay, and I want to give you a little heads up. The company is about to communicate some changes that is going to make what I'm drawing accurate. In other words, how simple this looks, the company is about to start communicating to you. I want to prepare you for some change that you're going to hear that is then going to look like what I'm drawing today. They're about to hyper simplify our entire ecosystem, name, product placement, message, etc. So let's quickly prioritize simplicity. We've got a company that we're part of. And that company allows us to save into gold. That says gold. Okay, for as little as 0.1 grams. That's the core of our message. So you and I, we're starting with money, okay, and we've got the option to save into gold. There you go, we put our pants on. Chip. Very comfortable. I can now go out in public. My pants are on. Okay, now, the problem with gold, which many of you know, is that it's not that hard, it's not that easy to liquidate. So the company has solved that by creating a partnership with V999. When we talk about gold, guys, there's either gold bullion, physical gold, or there's digital, liquid, crypto gold. Same thing, guys, exactly the same thing. So we can take our gold and we can put it into a digital, liquid, exchange immediately. Within 10 minutes, the money's back in your pocket. Who here wants to save into gold but be able to liquidate it in case of an emergency? Yes or no? Who wants to be able to do that? Yes, absolutely, guys. That's what the company enables. So let's simplify the whole message today, strip away all the different types of gold that Karatbars is selling. Let's strip it down to one company just selling one type of gold at 0.1 grams increments. That's as simple as our message is, and we can liquidate that. 0.1 grams of gold for 1 coin. What does that mean? We have now put our pants on. We can save. We can go to our family and say, here's how you save. Here's how you put your pants on. Don't save at a bank, okay? You're getting smashed by inflation every year. Save into gold. And if you need the money, you can liquidate it, just like at your bank. The nice thing, of course, is that gold's doing what? Gold over time grows in value. Okay, responsible decision. Now, this is where it gets exciting. You can go and liquidate that gold. You can sell it straight into easy to exchange currencies like Bitcoin. And then you can put that straight back into your pocket. And that entire process from where you've saved it back into your bank, if you've gone and linked it up with the right wallet facilities, is a 10-minute exercise, 10 minutes. You can do that. Okay, so you're saving, you've got your pants on. But we want to make sure that we're plugging into cash flow. Remember that banks make money off the movement of money. So guess what? When you sell your coin here and you put your money back in your pocket, you also suddenly become part of the V999 banking system, and therefore you earn fees for life on that coin as it moves in and out of this marketplace. In other words, every time that coin that you sold in order to put money back in your pockets, that coin that you no longer own, that thing's bouncing around on the open market. And every time it moves, every single time, you're getting paid back fees. What that means for you is that you have what we call a gold profit cycle in play here. This is a gold profit cycle. This is what the banks do with your and my money at the moment, called a cash profit cycle, where they take the money that you've banked, they lend it to somebody else, they pay them fees, plus when someone then spends that money on bread, they get fees, then they pay you a small interest a year on whatever you've banked, but the money's not actually there because only 7% of your money is banked. The other 93% is digital. If we all arrived at the bank tomorrow to draw our money, we would only get 7% of it. If we all arrived at the bank at the same time, we'd get 7%. Guys, please understand, this is a different system. You have to buy 0.1 grams of gold, and then you have to move it into V999 to get one token to 0.1 grams of gold. And you can save it there, you can save it there, you can save it there, your pants are on. And if you need to liquidate it within 10 minutes, you can move it into a different cryptocurrency and then back into rands, dollars, pounds, ringgits. Easy as that. Simple. But here's the interesting thing. Because you were the person that exchanged your gold and created this. Another word for creation, if you go into the Bible, if you go into the first book, is Genesis. Genesis is the word for creation. So when you create a V999 coin with your gold, when you've exchanged your gold into V999 and created it, the moment you sell it, for the rest of that coin's existence, it recognizes that you are its creator. You genesised it, and you earn fees on that coin. So a hypothetical example, if you had $1,000 and you saved it into gold, and then later you chose to sell $1,000 worth of V999 so that you can have your money back in your pocket to spend, you've just created, genesised 1,000 teeny tiny assets that pay you a fee. Just very quickly, did I put too many zeros in here? Getting a whole lot of people shouting at me and saying that I put too many zeros into my fee structure. I apologize for that. Okay. Brendan is 0.02%. Brendan. Yeah. That is my mistake. Great. We're back on track. So simple decision to put your pants on and skip straight to putting your helmet on because you're now earning fees on every transaction forever. Guys, do we understand that we just need to register with one company and one platform to make that happen? We just need to register with one company and one platform to make that happen. Now, this is a me strategy. This is a selfish strategy. This is just for me so that I save differently, and by saving differently when I cash out, I can earn fees for life. Now, if I'm a bit of a business owner, I might just decide to do this a bunch of times, right? I might decide to move this in here a bunch of times in order to take advantage of this profit cycle. If I do it really quickly, like all on the same day, then there's a good chance I'm going to experience a 15% bleed off in the price. In other words, my $1,000, if I do that once, might go down to $850, but I've still created $1,000 worth of mini assets floating around out there generating me fees. That's called a gold profit cycle. Okay, and we've taught this a bunch of times. I want you guys to hang on to that. Now, what we haven't taught is the second product that the company is bringing, which I want to share with you today. What we haven't put into a lot of detail is the second product, and Sean touched on it briefly today, but I want us to grab hold of this. If no one's interested in just putting on pants and a helmet, if they're more like, yeah, I'm not a pants and helmet guy, I'm more like just a shirt person, right? Let me talk about the shirt people. In other words, the grow. How do we redeploy our funds to grow aggressively somewhere? Well, let's talk about what the company is bringing to the table. They're bringing to the table a trade bot. This is a bot. Just bear with me. This is how I draw robots. Okay. That's just a fancy way. A trade bot is just a fancy way of saying a algorithm, a code that plugs in and monitors certain signals, certain signs on the markets, and it gives indication, hey, listen, here's a good buy opportunity, here's a good sell opportunity. It's a bit like having a mini Warren Buffett who does 6 hours of reading a day on the markets and redeploys certain shares somewhere. Okay, it's a bit like having a little Warren Buffett, but we've got like a little Buffett bot. And this thing isn't shares and stocks focused. This thing is cryptocurrency focused. Okay, this thing just monitors cryptocurrency. So let's take the same scenario I gave you just now. You're starting with, you know, your money and you want it to work for you. So you decide to buy this bot. In other words, you decide to hire this bot, and all this bot does is it monitors cryptocurrencies on big exchanges. What sort of exchanges? Well, the biggest exchange globally for cryptocurrency is something called Binance. Okay, this is like the New York Stock Exchange of cryptocurrencies. Big, transparent, proven, massive, massive volumes. This mini Warren Buffett bot, okay, that studies trades all day, studies this, and it trades, it opens and closes positions. So you can take your money and you can redeploy it, your own money, you can go and put it here into this marketplace, and any profits it makes on buys and sells, any profits it makes, you can put back into your own wallet. This is what banks do with our money, by the way. Banks go, right, with all this volume we've got, how do we make it grow? How do we make it work for us? How do we redeploy it into stocks, shares, projects? In other words, how do we make our money shift from one project or company to another? Because that's what trading is. Do we all understand that trading is the shifting of money between companies and projects and assets that are growing? The cryptocurrency market is the same thing. And this little bot over here that we subscribe to, that we bought into, monitors our money and opens and closes trades for us, and we can take those profits and put it back into our pocket. This is what we call a trade. Okay, we call this a trade cycle. The name of this product here is Evo. So we call that an Evo trade cycle. So to hyper simplify, to take all the noise of what the company is doing and look at priority versus importance, our team strategy right now, our team priority is simply looking at the Evo trade packages and looking at the gold and trying to figure out how best to leverage this so that we've got our helmets, our shirts, and our pants on. So we are saving, growing, and cash flowing our money. That's our strategy. Now, if I zoom out a bit, guys, this is cool. I want to show you this. You can choose one or the other. I mean, that's up to you. You can be someone who is more excited about trading because trading tends to get, you know, anything from 2 to 7% a month. Okay, that's what we're seeing the trading bot do at the moment. Let me zoom out a bit so you can see both sides. Okay, and guys, this is depending on whether you choose low risk, medium risk, high risk. Okay, but that's one option that you can do with your money. Here's another option. What if you were to do both? What if you were to create a relationship? And this is what really excites me. And this is why we're only focusing on these two things. As a team, we're looking at everything, and everything's important. But as a team, our priority are these two things. And the company is making it possible for our team to make these a priority because of some changes that you're going to hear, which has made this safe, simple, licensed, registered. They've created a safe, simple, licensed, registered platform, company, product that we can leverage. And look, if we choose to leverage all of it, if we choose to put the entire kit on, look what happens. Look at this shape. Look at the shape that we form here, guys. Who can tell me what this shape is? Who can tell me what this shape is? Someone's going to say sunglasses. Yeah, that's exactly right, Lou. That's infinity, guys. That's an infinity shape, and we've got a name for this particular strategy. This is our infinity wealth cycle. It's what the banks do all the time. It's why the banks are doing so well, because they understand save, they understand grow, and they understand cash flow, and they're using our money all the time to do that. But you aren't invited into that equation. You are not invited into the infinity wealth cycle. You are invited into saving with the banks. That's all you're invited to with the banks. Now, this is why I want to go back to putting on our lenses, right? Remember, just I spoke about priority versus important. Everything that Karatbars and his partners are doing are important. Priority is a simple platform, company, system. Priority. And guys, you're going to hear a whole lot of exciting things because the company also has priority versus importance. They've got a whole lot of important things going on. Our team is embracing priority. Okay, simple systems. Our team is embracing the gold profit cycle. And you can also, guys, you can choose to do this low risk, you know, just save into gold. That's it. That's low risk. You can go medium risk, save into gold, profit cycle out maybe twice, and then leave the rest in gold. Plus now you've got some fee generating assets. That's medium risk. You go high risk and go like until your $1,000 is all down to zero, but you've got lots and lots of fees working for you. So we've got that cycle waxed. As a team, we're going to push into this cycle here. I come from a Forex trading background, did that for 6 years. We have a large trading community. Guys, I want to tell you right now that in the cryptocurrency space, there are a whole lot of scams that are trying to make themselves look like this. And here's how you know it's a scam, because they don't ask you to put your money into a big, trusted, regulated exchange. They'll ask you to give you their money. And then they'll tell you that they've got a secret partner somewhere trading it. Okay, that's how you know you're in a scam, because someone's taken your money. You want to be the custodian of your money, put it where it's safe. You can take your profits. Big transparency here. We're going into that space, and the trading community are so excited about this because we've been desperate for a legitimate, safe trading solution. Custodianship. I own my money. I'm not giving it to somebody else. That's what we've got over here. V999. I own my V999. It's hugely important. But as a team, guys, look at this. As a team, just with these two simple products. So think about how our presentation is going to change. Think about how we're going to reposition, how we're going to restructure. Think about what the company's potentially going to be announcing soon that's going to help us do that. Look at this infinity cycle we can plug into. Now, that is a me strategy, guys, because each individual person can do this. Each individual person can look at their own portfolios and go, oh, I want to redeploy $10,000 here, and I'm going to, kind of put 3,000 here and 7,000 there, and then each month I'm going to, readjust it. Great. That's great. That's a great me strategy. Okay, and you'll finish the race. Remember, with the right shoes on, you're going to finish the race. You're going to finish the race. We've got shoes for you. But if you want to finish first, if you want a we strategy, where you're in the what is it called? A peloton. And you've got team members. When you get tired, the next guy goes in front and he creates a slipstream for you that you can tuck into. Okay, if you want the we strategy on this, the company rewards you for the we strategy. Look at fees. Let's go back to the VIII. Let's zoom in here on the gold profit cycle. If you become an affiliate, look how wild this is. If you become an affiliate, then you don't just get your fees. Brendan's already told you, if you become an affiliate and you help other people, okay, grab hold of control of their money, you also get matching fees. You get matching fees. So you can 10x, 100x, 1,000x, 10,000x, your earning potential on fees with a we strategy, because the company has made that possible. Help us grow our market cap on V999. Help us get more and more people plugging their savings into, into liquid gold. Help us take this into the big bad market where people are operating. And for doing that, we're going to share fees with you. That's what the we strategy allows you to benefit from. Here's where the we strategy also kicks in. Is that the company has what? The company has an affiliate program in place. Guys, and there's about to be announcements around how simple, oh my goodness, I don't know where we're going with this funny here. Affiliates. I was bold going down. I was bold and going down. I should have gone across much easier. The company has an affiliate program, and they're about to, guys, over the next 2-3 weeks, there's a whole lot of stuff coming out. I want you to know, with this simple message, simple strategy, they've got an affiliate program that looks at every single me person that you bring in, and they go, hey, you just turned a me into a we want to pay out commissions. We want to pay out commissions because this here is a subscription, right? Someone's either going to pay for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months at a time. We want to pay you commissions on this. Hey, if someone decides to plug in and market this, they're going to buy a business status. We're going to pay you commissions on this. You see, the me strategy is sexy on its own, and it becomes such a soft landing, guys. I love the fact that I can go to someone and give them real value. Hey, listen, low risk, let's redeploy some of your money. Okay, let's see what it does. Low risk. Person can feel very comfortable going, marketing is not for me, but I'm happy to just take a dive here and take a look at what this does. Great me decision. But over time, if this makes sense, or this makes sense, or these both make sense, just like a great movie, just like a good car, just like a fantastic holiday, someone's going to recommend it. And that's where we get to invite them into the we strategy and unlock the full potential on the fees, the full potential on the commissions, the full potential of what this neat restructure, repositioning, refocus, priority allows us to do. Guys, we're sitting in some exciting times, and we're excited about it because it's been a long time coming. If you're brand new and looking at this, you're stepping into the clearest, neatest, most sensible solution that this company has presented in the last 2-3 years. You're stepping into it brand new. It's easy. It's easy. For those of us who've been with the company for longer, we've been part of the push and pull in the industry on getting to a place where this clarity is possible. And guys, it's been a push and pull. Regulators are pushing and pulling because they're making sure that this is space and this is safe and this is safe. Regulators have come in and looked at Karatbars' partners and said, you need to adjust this. This is a concern here. Hey, that's fine. You can keep that. Okay, there's a push and pull that's happening, and it's so exciting to be coming out of that churn, out of that noise, and into priority, simplicity, and something that is sensible and makes money for people. Grow, save, grow, cash flow. That's what we've got with one cycle, with two cycles, and with both cycles, we've got a pretty good solution. So having said that, I do want to talk a little bit around some of the challenges so that we're all very clear that the moment you step into a priority decision, the important stuff might be a priority to somebody else. Okay, let's go back to the airport analogy. Luggage arriving somewhere is important. Getting the person to the city is the priority. And that person arriving without their luggage is still going to complain about their baggage not arriving. They're not going to thank you for getting you to the city. Okay, they're going to say, where's my luggage? Priority, important. I want you to know that as our team steps into this, and as the company offers this, it's not at the expense of important things. Please understand that. The focus is just, hey, we're celebrating the priority here. And so you will hear from our mouths when people come with, hey, what about this? And we're like, yes, that's important, and that's important too. The priority for us is making sure that we get people plugged into a gold profit cycle, an Evo trade cycle, or an infinity cycle, because if we can get the priority stuff in place, and that is safe, secure, and operating, then we can go and look at the important things. Then having cold water on the flight is a priority. Right now, this is a priority. And I want us to have that right mindset. Because for those of us who've been with the company for longer, we're still pulling along the fact that our phones haven't all been delivered. The WIM laptops are behind on construction. That the CEMs that were delivered are, some of them are faulty and some of them are working. We get that, and those are all very important. And the company is very, very focused on making sure that that happens. And there's announcements on that coming out too, which is going to make people really excited. But understand, our focus is not on the important things. Our focus is on what is priority. Are you guys understanding the lens? Priority versus importance. Okay, it's not that we want one to diminish. It's not that we're saying that one isn't important. We're just saying one's a priority for us. And we're going to stay focused on the priority because we want this thing to launch so that our community, our people, our friends, our family, the guys that we're plugging into can get cash positive, which is important right now. Somebody be able to put bread on the table or someone waiting for a phone to arrive. Which is more important for you guys and your family? Making sure that somebody's money is working for them and they can afford things, or a phone or a laptop? Because I can tell you that my priority is on this. We're going to support everybody, guys. Important, priority. Right, now, having said that, I'm going to wrap up the next 4 to 5 minutes. I'm going to wrap up talking to our old team members. So if you're brand new and you have bought no KBC, then this is not for you. You can check out. You can go and make yourself a cup of tea. I want to talk to the guys like myself, okay, who are sitting on a lot of KBC. I want to talk to you about how this priority is about to explode what we've done in the KBC space. So let's move you across here. And let's see if I can bring you in a little closer on this cleaner piece of paper. Yep. Da, 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 da. Okay. Right. So having said that, let's talk about this phrase market maker. And guys, I want to share this. If you are new, you get to hear this as well, because then you understand why V999 exists. Okay. So let's take a look at this. All right. So Karatbars originally launched KVC in 2018. KVC was designed to be two things. It was designed to have gold, giving it a rising floor. Okay, in other words, a rising floor value, so it could never go to zero unless gold went to zero. And it was designed to have a use in the marketplace. In other words, it was designed to be the gas. It was designed to be the gas for an entire blockchain. It was designed to be the fuel for an entire ecosystem that a lot of products and activities moved on. Okay, we call this security. Okay, because that gives us a floor, it gives us security. We call this utility because it has a use. It is a utility. 2018, the company launched with this. 2019, they did a second funding project, an ICO called KCB, and these coins were then converted into that. November 2019, the German regulator, along with Europe, decides to start getting very clear on how they want to regulate security tokens. Well, this tricky doesn't work. Let's move that. That's falling over. Okay. The EU gets very clear on how they want to regulate security tokens, and they want to get very clear on how they regulate utility tokens. And they say that you cannot have them in one. It is impossible to create a coin that is trying to achieve both of those. And in November, the first warning goes out. Since November 2019, Karatbars and its partner companies and its entire ecosystem have had to put pause, because you'll notice that a lot of their ecosystem previously is built around the success of this. So V999, for those of you who are new and want to know why this coin exists, V999 is exactly what the company was seeking to achieve with KVC, except now it is a straight 0.1 grams to one coin always. That is a security token. It'll never change. The price of gold goes up, awesome, but it's 0.1 grams. That's where V999. So it ticks the one box that KVC was trying to tick. Okay, half the equation is now set to be fulfilled. Half the contract is set to be fulfilled. KVC as a utility is now going through something called a reduction plan, where all old KVC that are floating around all the old markets, the company is saying, bring it to Karatbit. Any KVC that is on Karatbit, which is a partner company exchange, we will then reduce the number, because the company is fighting to get a market supply of only 2 billion. Okay, they want to reduce the market supply down to 2 billion. And they're going to rebrand and rename this. So let's pretend that this is vaulted vault security safe coin, and let's pretend that this is the gas coin. Let's call it the G. Okay, the vaulted coin and the gas coin, because it's getting a new name, guys. We don't know what the name is. So one's a vaulted coin, very secure. One's the gas coin, it's built for utility. This gas coin is going to drive all blockchain activities that the company and partner companies are putting in place. But the company wants to honor their original goal, which was to make sure that KVC had a floor value and use. So they've created a mechanism that gives the new coin, KVC, a relationship with V999. I want to encourage all of you to go to the V999 platform that you've registered with and go and look at some of the wording on there. Go and look at something that the company has put in place which will encourage people to grab this new coin in order to make purchases over here. Because currently, if I go to this site, it looks like you can get up to 30% off your pricing if you use some of this new KBC to buy. Here's the interesting thing. Who on the 15th of October is going to own this coin? Will it be the open market? Will it be strangers? Will it be random people? Absolutely not. The only people who will own this coin are you and I. The only people who will own this coin are you and I. Our community owns the coin. Watch this. Market maker. What does it mean to be a market maker? Well, let me give you this analogy. If I owned a BMW and I wanted to sell that BMW car, someone would come to me and ask for a price, and I would give a price. So I want to sell the car for 240,000 Rand. That person only wants to pay me 120,000. Now we get into a negotiation, and eventually we agree on a price. That is now the price for that car. Okay, that's called market making, because you've made a price that both people in the market agree upon. This new coin over here, we will need to agree upon what price we want to release it to anybody who comes along and wants to buy from us. Anybody who comes along and says, I want to buy some of these because then I know I can get this cheaper. That's on us, guys. Now, if there's a whole group of our community selling it for 0.0000001 cent, you're not helping us make the market. You're not helping us because you've gone and undervalued your coin. There's a lot of noise happening on our Telegram groups and Facebook groups about the price of KBC at the moment. Guys, I don't care what the price of KBC is at the moment. I've locked my coins into the reduction plan. I only care from the 15th of October, and I want to be in the pound seat to decide what their pricing is. And I want our community to decide that no one is going to go sell it at 0.00001 cent. Hey, let's all agree to sell it for 10 euros a coin. That's what market maker means. Now, when we do sell it to somebody, where are they going to spend it? Well, they're going to spend it here. Now, who has the coin? Our partners, V999, who have a vested interest in the coin being at a high price too. Guys, we get a neat reset. V999 for new people, fantastic. V999 for us, who bought KBC. Wow, guys, we're on ground zero. We get to relaunch this coin. And either we're going to get it right or we're going to get it wrong, but it all falls on us. We don't get to make excuses. We don't get to go, well, this didn't work and that didn't work. Here's the first relationship that then honors exactly what KBC set out to do. It's now got use in the marketplace. And the first use, the most obvious use, the use that we can prioritize, guys. Yes, it's going to be used to drive an entire blockchain, but priority versus importance, we're going to prioritize it into the V999 market. And if you and I decide not to offload this at a ridiculously cheap price, if you and I actually have some pride, we're going to hold this coin as high as we can. That's what market maker means. So guys, I've gone 2 minutes past my training slot. I want to honor your time and wrap up. I see that there are questions that have popped through. Guys, the best place to get your questions answered is with this community staying plugged in. Corporate is about to make some announcements that enable us to partner with them on our priority strategy, on their priority strategy, whilst keeping everything else important. You want to stick around for those announcements. So plug into our Facebook page, plug into our Telegram groups. We're going to make announcements through there. Okay? Wait for the company to make their announcements, because we're not going to jump the gun on stuff, guys. We're going to honor that we're in partnership with the company. Okay? We're going to honor that. as they announce things, we're going to say, there's the announcements. Now take a look at how we're going to fit it into our strategy. Hey guys, there's another announcement. Take a look at how we're going to fit it into our strategy. I wanted to make sure that our community understood, and that's why I'm zooming out, understood the bigger picture here. The bigger picture. So I want to thank you for your time. We're sitting at 11:03. If you're watching this as a replay, I hope that you've found real value in this. Looking forward to meeting a bunch of you. Join us on the Facebook page so you get access to our Q&A sessions, our training sessions, the announcements as they roll out. But thank you for your time. Have an awesome Saturday. Get back to the person who invited you if you're brand new. Get back to the person. Find out how you can plug in. We'd love to meet you. There's a me and a we strategy. So figure out where your comfort zone is. We'll hold your hand through both. Take care, guys, and have an awesome Saturday.